Okay, I'm back. Hopefully, hopefully nothing else happens. If you hear noise, it's because Gil is here, and he's doing outside work and being his beautiful self. Okay, so last time we left off, we finished. I don't know why I did that. We finished adolescence. I think we're in like adulthood, but like a young adulthood. So that's where we're gonna start off. Do I want to still have a crush on him? No, we're in love. We're in love. It's love. What else? What else? What else? I think that's it. Oh, I was playing Animal Crossing. I continued it, just so you know. Goose gave me a thing. Future wanted to change her catchphrase. I think that was it, and I finished the third tier, kind of. I finished connecting them, and I moved some trees around, but that's about it. That's all I did. And I paid off 100,000 of our loan. So we have 500,000 left for our loan. That's it. That's all that happened. I guess I wanted to let you guys know what was happening because I had to end the stream early because I was feeling not great. Hopefully nothing else happens. But other than that, yeah, let's go. Let's go. Ready. 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 Yes, I'm sure. Do we want to change his personality and customization and appearance? I don't know. What does he look like now? Oh, look at him. He's so cute. He's so cute. Do I want him to have glasses? Let's see. Glasses 2, glasses 3, none. Hair 2, hair 3. Oh, look at these. Look at this. Hairs. I love this actually. I love hair 3 as well, but he's hair 2. He had glasses 1, shirt 3. Like he can have earrings. What kind of earrings? We can't even see his earrings. Hold on. You can't even see his earrings. Oh, hey. There we go. You can't even see the other earrings though. Okay, so none earrings. Earrings none. Shirt. He's at shirt 3, right? Shirt 1. Shirt. Ooh, I do love me a shirt 2. Shirt 3 pants. 2A, 2B, 3A, 3B, 1. Okay. So he was at pants what? 1? Was it? Was it 3A or 3B? I think it was 3A. Is that a watch? I guess that's a watch. And okay, necklace. He has a necklace. I had an anchor necklace when I was younger. God, I don't know what happened to it. Like I lost it. But yeah, casual. I kind of want to change his shirt. I love this shirt, and if I'm changing his shirt, I want to change his pants. You know what? No, we're gonna keep his shirt. We're gonna let him be him. We're gonna let him be his beautiful self. Oh, we can change page. Oh, there's more. Okay, so PJ's shirt. I hate both of them. I hate both of them. The shirts, I mean. Swimsuit. Oh, look at what. Okay. Start hips. Hips. Oh, swimsuit too. Pink. Okay. Then formal shirt. The geometric pattern. Okay. Okay, yeah, we're done. We're done. Tutorial. Tutorial. Since you're romantically interested. Oh, I hit my desk. Since you're romantically interested in Cove and are old enough to start being physically affectionate more seriously, you can choose what initiative level he has throughout this step. Oh. Make sure the player experiences what they want is important in our life, but always putting your choice first can potentially make a relationship feel one-sided. So we've added some flexibility in how it works. Ooh, we love a new mechanic. Low initiative means that Cove will occasionally ask to touch the main character. In those situations, there will always be an opportunity to say yes or no. I don't know. Whenever it comes to, like touching, I just get nervous. I'm like, don't do that. For example, he won't simply lean over and kiss the MC as a greeting or in an emotional moment. Aw, boo. Every piece of physical interaction will either be initiated or approved by the player before it happens. Middle initiative means there will be those certain times when Cove requests to touch the MC, many chances to initiate affection on your own, and also will pretty regularly give affection automatically. Ooh. One example would be giving the MC a kiss because he's happy or emotional or something else. I think I might do middle initiative. In other situations, you can choose not to make the first move in order to give Cove the space to be the one to act afterwards. Overall, the love interest can get romantic, but the player's agency will take priority. High initiative includes everything a middle does, but it also means the player agency will be reduced to a degree in favor of having Cove give physical affection even more frequently and with less prompting. Instead of all the major affection giving situations be led by a choice menu for you to decide on, some will instead be replaced by Cove acting automatically. This level is only recommended if you're very comfortable with physical affection and would prefer to simply see it happen rather than always holding the reins on it. However, this level is mostly relevant if Cove ends up as your official boyfriend at some point. Situations where high level initiative makes a difference tend to come up in scenes that are exclusive to being in a relationship. The parts that are included in the middle initiative will be seen whether you're dating or not. Once you pick your level, it can't be changed partway through a step. The choice only comes up at the very beginning of the story section. We hope you enjoy whichever initiative option you decide on. I'm gonna go with middle initiative because I know that me personally, I don't like being touched a lot, but I do want like actions to happen, so I'm gonna do middle initiative. The start of classes ended the relaxed free days of summer. It didn't take long for you to get back into the swing of the school year routine. Schedules and homework became the new normal. Derek wasn't around nearly as much. With school and after-school activities, there weren't many opportunities for him to take the trip out to your neighborhood. Aww. Sometimes you'd hear that he was in training camp or something like that, but you weren't always sure what he was up to. You still kept in touch over the phone as best you could. You kind of contact. I want to keep in contact. I like Derek. Derek's such a cutie. The Jeremy kid did disappear after the summer, and no one ever heard from him again. Where he went or what he might be up to was the mystery. Good. You saw more of Miranda around. Since you had hung out with her on her birthday, she had opened up to you. Miranda. Who's Miranda? Oh, Jazz, thank you for the lurk. I appreciate it. Hope stream is going well. It's just starting. And it's going well so far. Who the hell was Miranda? Oh, Miranda. Oh, I love Miranda. You saw more of Miranda around. Since you had hung out with her on her birthday, she had opened up to you. The two of you talked regularly. She was the same towards Cove. Oh, love that. After a while, all three of you developed a real friendship together. Oh, I love Miranda. Where summers came and went like the waves on the shore, coming in and out. Oh, is my park the same? In your second year of high school, someone new started to visit Sunset Bird, a sunny girl named Terry Brooke. Terry. She was a friend Cove made due to them both being ocean obsessed. Terry was more than glad to befriend you too. Someone close to Cove had to be good company, she felt. You were pleased to get along with her as well. Okay, cool. As long as there's no beef between me and Terry. Funnily enough, Terry was also extremely tight with Miranda, who she had known for even longer than Cove. The four of you were able to create a small friend circle. I love how Cove's just hanging out with a bunch of girls and me. I love that for us. As for your home life, the Rygels also had developments. What happened? Changing laws and public perception countrywide made it possible for your moms to openly wear their wedding rings without questions. Oh, yay! Though they had a wedding years ago, it was only recently that the union was officially recognized everywhere in the U.S. That was a good day to say the least. Elizabeth came into her own and stopped being quite as irritable. I mean, she's a teenager. I get it. She no longer worried about perceived childishness as she grew up for real. She didn't even mind being called Lizzie again, although most people use Liz. Ew, not Liz. She eventually graduated high school and moved out to attend college in another state away from me. It was a lot for you to adjust to your older sister being gone. Liz never let you forget her role in your life, though, and kept in touch. Okay, good. I love that for us. Unlike me and my brother. I barely talk to him. We should talk more often. We should. Cole's relationships with his family improved over the years. Kyra visited several times after that summer, and things became easier between the two. He was also closer with his dad than ever before. You knew they talked more, and that helped prevent a lot of friction before it could start. Ooh, okay. I'm glad because watching Cove grow up, his dad, oh my gosh, this man. However, Cove grew into someone no one would call social. He kept to himself usually. He cared for the few connections he did have, but didn't reach outside them. You see, that's okay. I'm that kind of person too, so you need to clean my mouse off. Why my mouse look like this? It needs to be cleaned. I'll do that after stream. Let me write that down. Clean my mouse. Boom, bam, bing. Okay. Cove loved staying inside and learning just as much as ever. By this point, his studies had paid off, and he had been right near the top of the class by his last years of high school. Oh, he wasn't valedictorian? Ooh, matured affection. Start playing step 3 using the crush or love interest level. Yes. I think we're in love now. I think I love Cove. Things had shifted between you and Cove, but in a way that most couldn't see. After all this time, he wasn't just your neighbor. He wasn't only your friend or even a guy you were interested in. You were in love with him. You loved Cove. You knew that fact for certain. There was no one else you held those feelings for. It was strange to look back on it all. The future faded into your present, and then it was simply the past. Song, welcome back in. How are you doing? Beautiful song? Even the most fundamental parts of your life couldn't last forever. You felt that the most poignantly the day you inevitably graduated high school. I remember when I graduated high school. I don't want to remember it. It was over and you would not be going back ever again. From now on, what came next was your choice. You would be directing your own life. That was where you were currently. The summer after school had ended. The first summer of true freedom. After summer had ended for me, I was so depressed. My mom's pressuring me to go back to school and go to college. That's what I mean by back to school. But I was like, yeah, no, it's not something I want to do. I was like, I'm gonna take a year off. She was like, no. She was like, either you go to school or you go to work. So I got my first job that summer out of high school. Worked at a grocery store, and it gave me PTSD. My social anxiety was really bad when I was younger. And then, like, they hired me, right? I think I only worked there for, like, a week or two because they didn't put me on the schedule, but they were hiring people, and I'm like, oh, okay. So they didn't put me on the schedule for, like, a good 3 weeks. And then I went up there, like, oh, you want to be on the schedule? And I was like, yeah, no, I want to quit. I was like, we can give you more hours. I was like, no, that's okay. I want to quit. What used to be a reprieve from the typical was now going to be your first step into adulthood. One fine summer morning, you took in what had become a very special scene, the whole family having a meal together. Oh, I see our curtains change. I'm loving this new fresh look. Oh, look at Lizzie. She's got bangs again. Go off, girl. Your big sister Liz, I'm not calling her Liz, her name's Lizzie. Your big sister Lizzie still hadn't lived at home full time for a couple years, but she arrived last week to spend the season here since it was an off semester for her. Oh, she's not taking summer classes? Good for you, girl. I took summer classes when I went back to school again. That's when I had my ADHD meds and I was popping off. I had straight A's. I mean, I had straight A's before too, but it was easier with the ADHD medication. And now I'm unmedicated. Look at me. Look at me go. She wanted to make sure she was in town because you had now also graduated high school. So who knew how much rarer these moments would become in the future? She's only like 2 years older than me. Get over yourself, Elizabeth. You watched on as Lizzie laughed good-naturedly over a comment Mom made. Her Elizabeth-only mindset had only been a phase. Nearly any nickname was welcome at this point in her life. Not for me. Not for me. You're gonna call me by my full name. There are no nicknames unless I say so. Strangely, even though she moved away, like, the only people who can give me a nickname are my friends or people who I have also nicknamed. We have an exchange, a mutual exchange of nickname. Strangely, even though she moved away, you felt You'd lately felt closer to her than you had in a long time. You idly scooped up more of your breakfast and chewed absent-mindedly. I'm gonna need to turn down this game volume for myself, because I cannot hear myself think or read. You were a vegetarian, you were a vegan, you were a pescatarian, you were a politarian. I've never... Is this just for chicken? Like polo? Like pollo? Politarian? Like fish? Not fish. Like chicken? You were a picky eater? Usually able... I'm a picky eater. I am a picky eater. You guys picky eaters? I mean, I asked this earlier. I'm so simple, but I'm so picky at the same time. In the meal you had reflected that your moms were happy to make food that fit your needs, along with dishes for themselves that didn't. Though you often made your own food nowadays. That was not true for me. My mom was like, you were eating this, you were gonna sit here at this table until your plate is clear. And guess what I did? Guess what my ass did? I sat there at the table for hours because I was like, I'm not eating this. You're not making me eat this. So then after that, it was like, okay, eat dinner or starve. And that's what I did. I ate dinner, or if I didn't like what was for dinner, I just didn't eat that day. And the meal you had reflected that your moms were happy. Yeah, I read that. Oop. I went back by accident. But it wasn't only you who had a diet that excluded certain things, as Liz had been vegetarian for a while. Good for you. Good for you, Liz. I don't like how she has her hand on her stomach because it makes it look like she's pregnant. I don't like that they have aged. I am not a fan. Not saying that they're not hot. It's just, don't grow old. Don't grow old. Conversation had gone idly, without you fully taking in the words, until your ears were piqued when Mom started on a bit of town gossip. Am I going to college? Do I want to go to college? And so that's how I heard the news. All right. Now stop burying the lead and tell us. Oh, okay. What is this so-called news? Ma giggled as she cast a look across the table, satisfied that she had everyone's attention. Well, it turns out the Donalds won't be renting out the condo up the street as per Summerbird tradition for the first time in what must be nearly 2 decades. Oh, the old people? Did they die? A chorus of gasps and shocked. Look at her face. She's so pretty. Oh, she's so cute. I love her. I love Elizabeth. A chorus of gasps, shocked expressions were had all around. After the initial shock, your eyebrows pinched. Mom may consider them by name, but you and Lucy always viewed them exclusively as the mean old couple who would yell at anyone under 25 who crossed their paths. They died, finally. Your mom continued on with the story, spreading jam over a piece of toast as she did so. I wish I liked jam. It looks so good, but it does not feel good in my mouth. I don't like the texture. They've decided not to take big trips anymore. Friends and family will be visiting them at their homes. That's nice of them then. Have a good summer, mean grandparents with no grandkids away from us. That's a relief. It's kind of sad. I don't give a fuck. I hope they're still okay, even if they are mean. My thoughts exactly, Liz. Finally, they can piss off. You didn't have anything. Finally, they can piss off. Jelly all the way. I don't really know the difference between jam and jelly. They're the same to me, texture-wise. Be nice, kids. No. Why? You don't want to end up like them, do you? I'm not going to be a mean old person. I'm going to be a nice old person that's mean occasionally, like my grandma. Jam has the chunks. Jam has the chunks. Jelly has just the smooth stuff. Gil, did you buy jam or jelly? He does not know. He bought something though. I guess I'll find out when I'm done with stream. You and your sister crack smiles at the joke. At least they won't be here to yell at my children anymore. They should have been left. Lonnie. And that blunt comment got laughter from all 3 of you. Engrossed in conversation once more, you continued to chat with your family until the meal was over. Where's my boyfriend at? That's what I want to know. 3rd time's charm. What do you mean 3rd time's charm? You mean 3rd time's the charm? Or 3rd time's a charm? I don't like that there's no particle there. As it went, once the food was eaten, the cleanup had to be done. Liz took the role of washing the dishes and passed them to you for drying and putting away. I hate how everyone's name's just changing. First, they changed Mommy to Ma, and now Lizzie went to Elizabeth to Liz. This is not right. This is not right. As it went, once the food was eaten, I think I read that already. Liz took the role of washing the dishes and passed them to you for drying and putting away. You had a set of cups in front of you that needed to go to the top shelf of the cabinet. It was effortless to do. You were very tall. The task was pretty straightforward for you. You were tall. You had to stretch, but it was doable. You were an average height. It was a struggle to get them without a stepping stool. You were short. A stepping stool was mandatory for you. You were very short. I'm not very short, but I am considered short. It is a struggle. I do need a step stool to get to the top of the kitchen cabinets. Depending on the cabinet, sometimes I need a stepping stool to even get to the bottom shelf of the cabinet. But I'm not that short. I'm 5'2.5", and the half is important. That was simply your lot in life. You'd always been vertically challenged. I don't consider myself vertically challenged. I consider tall people to just be too much. You feel great about how things are. You hope you might still grow more. I don't want to grow more. I don't. I want to shrink, actually. You wish you had stopped growing earlier. You didn't think about it much. You didn't even know what to think. I wish I had stopped growing earlier. That was a struggle for you because you remember how you used to feel so content about it when you were younger. I know. I was tall. I wasn't tall. I was average height to tall when I was younger. And then I think it was like 6th or 7th grade, I stopped growing. That was it for me. Liz took you out of your internal musings by staring up at an impromptu conversation. By starting up, oh my gosh. Can I read? She seemed to be voicing the thoughts that had been buzzing around in her own head. Liz, when are you getting married? When are we getting a ring on your finger? I feel like this outfit makes me feel like she should have like jewelry on besides the necklace. I'm like, she should be bedazzled out. She looks like she should be with bracelets, diamond bracelets, like a few diamond rings on her fingers. She looks so classy. I have to say, going back for another semester this fall is pretty intimidating. You'd think after the first year or two I'd have a handle on things, but no. You still glance at her, still placing cups in the proper place. I guess it's only fair. My first round was pretty general classes, and in year 1 of my architecture major was the basics. Oh, did you get on a tennis scholarship? She's studying architecture? That's interesting. I love that for you, Liz. And now it feels serious. I have to actually know some things, girl. That's how I felt. I really enjoyed my education classes. Because I was majoring in early childhood education. I wanted to be a 2nd grade teacher, but then I was with the babies, so I was like, maybe not. Maybe I want to be a kindergarten teacher. Maybe I just want to work in a daycare. Either way, I really enjoyed my education classes. It was the other classes that I could do without. Everything else feels so irrelevant. The laugh she gave was flippantly airy, but the way she scrubbed at the plates had more force than necessary. I know you can handle it. I think it's really cool you want to be an architect. That does sound hard. Simply shrugged, you merely listened to her venting. I think it's really cool you want to be an architect. Don't be too impressed yet. Wait to see if it actually happens, but thanks. Your older sister's mouth quirked into a small smile. It'll be fine, one way or another. Oh, but I'm not trying to scare you away from college. If that's even your plan. What is going on with that anyway? Why do you care? Why do you need to know? You had a solid plan set for a long time. You came to a firm conclusion recently. You had kind of a general idea. You had absolutely no idea. You hadn't even let yourself think about it. It was too much. I have absolutely no idea. You answered the question as much as you were able and willing to. Liz's smile grew even more reassuring as you did. You made it through 12 years of full-time education already. You've got plenty going for you. Sometimes it still felt hard to believe your public schooling experience was over in the end. You had graduated at the top of your class. You soared through with high marks. You had to work extremely hard, but you were rewarded with great grades. I had to work hard. Like at a point in my childhood, I just stopped being good at everything, and then I had to work for it. I think it's because my depression and my ADHD manifested itself. But because I was really depressed, no one paid attention to my ADHD, and they thought it was just anxiety too. Because I have really bad anxiety as well. So in college though, I was on the dean's list every year. Like I have really good GPA. Too bad I dropped out. It probably affected my GPA. I had to work hard, but I was rewarded with great grades. And you were going to miss it, and you felt satisfied leaving off there, and you wished you could have done better, and you were just glad it was truly behind you. I wish I could have done better. I do wish I could have done better, because I did fail a few classes that brought my GPA down, but guess who still had a 4.0? Somehow, miraculously, I did. As well as you had done, you couldn't help feel disappointed. It wasn't as best as possible. And now I'm dumb. Now I'm dumb as fuck. I don't remember shit. I don't remember shit, and I felt so bad because I have a few of my old teachers in high school as Facebook friends, and I'm like, oh my god, I failed you guys. I failed you guys so much. Liz picked up on the silence her question ended up creating. She decided it was time to make a closing statement on the topic. You're a good kid, princess. Do what's best for you, and we'll be here to back it up. Thanks, Liz. At that, Liz happily passed the final gesture away. She waved a soapy-soaked hand as a farewell and moved into her next task for the cleanup job. Now that begs the question, if I do go to school, which by now, if I planned on going to school, I definitely should have been putting in with schools. Because, I guess, I didn't go to school immediately after college, which I think is a great thing. I think it definitely hindered me, but going to community college for 2 years is so much cheaper than going to a full 4-year, unless you're getting a full ride. And I would not have gotten a full ride. I probably could have gotten close if I applied for scholarships and such like that. But I didn't know what I wanted to do when I was out of school. When I got out of like high school, a lot was happening. A lot was happening in my life. My last year of high school, like a lot was happening in my life all the time. But like my last year of high school, everything was just up in the air. I even considered dropping out of high school at one point because I was so fucking stressed. You refocused on getting the last pieces put back where they belonged. You eventually moved on to a new chore, but that was interrupted by the sound of your cell phone, not me doing chores. It was the phone's default ringtone. You had used a silly novelty song as a ringtone. You had set one of your most beloved songs as your ringtone. The phone was just set to vibrate. I did. My brother taught me how to set my ringtone. This was back, like, before, when I had an iPhone. What is it? Was it a 4? I think it was a 4. I had an iPhone 4. He taught me how to set my ringtones, and I did. All of my ringtones were they were either all-time low or Fall Out Boy songs. Okay, put my glasses back on. I couldn't see for a quick second. My eye was itching. Oh my god, can you stop? Can you stop? I hate my hair and my glasses together and these headphones. I'm in misery. This is misery business. Okay. I said beloved songs. You casually picked it up from the table where you had placed it earlier. The phone was a couple years old at this point, having been a 16th birthday gift from your parents. You know what gift I got for my 16th birthday? I finally got my own computer. I've been needing my own computer because I was tired of sharing my brother's computer because he had it in his room, and it wasn't even his computer, it was the family computer, but he just took it. He's like, oh yeah, this is mine now. I'm like, bro, I still need the fucking computer, so I got a laptop. Shout out to that laptop. I miss it so much. All my One Direction stickers were on there. You decided which model to get, but you got to pick the color. It was silver, black, gold, rose gold, red, orange, yellow, green, blue, purple, pink, turquoise. My phone color was, I think it was just silver. But I'd probably get like a turquoise phone. And it was just a phone, you didn't do anything to decorate it, and it had special charm attached. It sure did have a special charm attached. I sure was bedazzling my shit. It wasn't mine wasn't bedazzled, but I did put stickers on mine from time to time. Which was a phone charm. The shark keychain Coke bought you when you were a kid. Of course it's that. Of course it's that. You were pleased when you finally had a prominent place to use the gift. The screen lit up as you gave the little device a swipe with one finger. You were informed by caller ID that it was Lee. You weren't surprised. I'm surprised. I miss Lee. I miss her. Despite having busier and busier lives and not living in the same town, you still had a good relationship with your cousin of the same age. I told my friend, because I have a friend that reminds me a lot of Lee, and I was like, this is you, but in a video game. She was like, oh my gosh, she's so cute. And she is. And like, you're talking about yourself. Especially once the miracle of both of you having your own phones actually happened. She got hers first though. But let's go back to college first. That takes a lot, and that's a lot of money. It's a lot of money to go to college. In our family, I think we're well off, but we're not like rich like Lee's family, so I don't know how we're gonna pay for college. I'm just saying now that I want to go, and I wouldn't even be able to go because the summer semester is here. They're not gonna accept me in the summer semester to go to school in the fall. I'm gonna have to wait till winter semester to do that. That's just how school works, unfortunately. Tapping at the accept button, you answered her call. A familiar bubbly voice came through right after. Oh, she sounds so different than what I gave her earlier. Too bad, she's going up. She's going up an octave. Hey, princess. Hiya. I trust I'm not interrupting anything major. She looks just like this. My friend looks just like this. Only some cleaning around the house. Oh, and you're welcome for my call. A distraction from that must have been desperately needed. Yeah, thank you, my dear cousin. Hey, I hate chores. I like cleaning. The only time I like cleaning is when I'm stressed about something else to distract myself. And it's very rare. It's good to hear from you. Even though she couldn't see it, you shook your head at that. It's good to hear from you. She giggled, and you could hear the jangling of the jewelry she must be wearing. Oh, she's jangly jewelry. Love her. We love to see it. Nothing amazing is happening for me either. I'm bored and felt like chatting. My morning shift ended, so I'm free for the rest of the day. Woo! Morning shift. She got a job? She got a job? That's good. You were off from your part-time job today. You hadn't started working anywhere yet, so you couldn't relate. My mom told me I couldn't get a part-time job. Because I feel like once I had a job, I'd probably drop out of school. That's probably what would have happened. So she did not let me get a part-time job. I wanted to work at Target. even in my youth, I was obsessed with Target. Unlike Lee, you had started dipping. Unlike you, Lee had started dipping her toes into the workforce as of late. It made keeping in touch frequently even more complicated, but you both managed. What about you? It's been pretty normal. That's you then. So, how's Mr. Cole Holden doing? There was a teasing bent to her tone. She was never willing to let up on what was going on between the two of you. Between the two of us, why aren't we together? Why haven't we started dating? But that name was incredibly familiar to your ears. Cove, your next door neighbor from the past decade at this point. Next door neighbor? Have we been next door neighbors this whole time? I swear he was across the street from us. I swear he lived across the street from us. But he was far more than just someone who lived on the same street. You vividly remembered the summer day you expressed feelings for each other as little 13-year-olds. Aww. You started officially dating years ago. You only got together officially recently. No. I'm trying to think about this. My parents did not want me dating. But I'm gonna say mommy's cool about it. We started dating years ago. And you were in love with him, but that was one thing you hadn't admitted yet. And you were in love with him, but didn't want to talk about that at this point in your life. Both of these don't feel like me. Both of these don't feel like me. If I feel like I love you, I'm gonna tell you immediately. And like, you don't have to respond back. You don't have to say it back. But right now, I just need you to know that I love you. And when you're ready, you can say it to me. No pressure. That's exactly what happened with my first boyfriend. My first adult relationship boyfriend. And he said he loved me. But then he pretended that he didn't say it. But I heard him. I heard him say it. He thought I didn't hear it. And you were in love with him, but that was one thing you hadn't admitted yet. I don't know. Let's not talk about it. Are you even surviving without the boy being 10 feet away at all times? Oh, is everything right in the world again and he's back? Where'd he go? Where'd he go? Did he go somewhere? No, Lee, he isn't here, just like he wasn't here yesterday, or the last time you asked, or the times before that. Where is he? Where is he? Where's my boyfriend? Oh, my bad. Can you blame me? Doesn't it seem like he should have made his grand return already? Plus, I want to visit soon, and he needs to be there too. You could understand where she was coming from. This was certainly outside the norm. For the past couple of months, and the last few weeks especially, Cove had been going to his mom's place in Nevada. Oh, during school? And the two of you still regularly stayed in contact over texts and calls, but still. Your mind began to drift back in time to all the prior trips he'd taken to visit her. Almost every year, he'd have to go away for a while and then he'd be back. It made you sad and lonely when it happened. You never minded it. It was kind of nice to have breaks away from each other. This has never felt true for me. You weren't a fan, but me do. It was just shitty. It upset you. Your younger self worried about him leaving for good. You know what? No, I'm not gonna say that. You weren't a fan, but you made do. I'm gonna be honest. It made me sad and lonely. I sent him letters the entire time he was away. Your mom's helped you ship out care packages to him and his mom. Oh, it's so cute. You gave him special treasures to take with him before he left. You kept an eye on his house for him while he wasn't there. You were incapable of doing anything until he was back. I'm gonna give him special treasures. Special treasures. Remember me. Some were just to borrow and others were for him to keep forever. He sent you letters while there in return. Oh, I wonder if his handwriting's shit. That's how it was in the past, but lately he'd been trying to see her as much as he could before taking long trips to another state became too impractical to do. His part-time work could become full-time soon, or he could be moving somewhere else for school. Cove hadn't actually been entirely clear what his plans were after graduation. Hold on now. He's moving away from me? Don't do that. We haven't seen Cove yet. I miss him already. Cove was hesitant to speak on that, even with you. It couldn't be avoided forever, though. You both knew that. Maybe we should switch this up to a non-Cove related topic? Yes, sounds like a plan, thank you. The rest of the conversation rolled on, not much longer though. Lee had to go, and you needed to finish your responsibilities around the house. Both of you exchanged goodbyes, then you went back to what you'd been working on before the call came in. Oh my god, not the hat, girl. Now you having a matching hat. As you wrapped up the last of your chores, you were approached by Liz wearing a cheeky smile. I've got mom's keys. Want to get out of this little tiny town to do some shopping in the real city? That sounds great. I'm driving. Okay, you can drive. That was obvious. You didn't know how to drive. You're glad for that. You still had a learner's permit. Even though you could drive too, it was her plan. She could do it if she wanted. It was nice of her to do that. You had a license but tried to avoid driving when possible. At this point in my life, 18, I did not have a license. I was supposed to be taking driver's ed, but I moved. I moved at the end of the school year when I was supposed to start driver's ed. So I did not have a license. That was obvious. Go get your wallet and anything else. We're going now. With a nod, you made a quick detour to collect your stuff from your bedroom. You had money saved up from gifts received. Girl, I don't got shit. I'm terrible at saving money. After making sure you both were fully prepared for the long haul to the largest city in the surrounding area, you buckled into the car. It was a smooth ride there, with light conversation about what shops to stop at, and the radio blasting. The trip there breezed by, and in what felt like no time, you had gone from cruising down the road to cruising through the mall. Liz had her interests to check out, and you yours. Your hobbies and skills were still the ones you developed when you were younger. You had gotten into new things since you'd grown up. Have I gotten into new things since I've grown up? I don't think I have. When turning a corner down a new length of the mall, your eyes caught on a little gift store. Your friends and family had recently given you many presents for graduating high school. You realized you wanted to get a graduation gift yourself to give to Cove. You had a gift on your own ready to give Cove when the chance came. You really appreciated what you had gotten. I don't think I got a graduation gift. I didn't have a graduation party. Me and my best friend graduated on the same day. We went to different high schools, but I think what happened was my graduation was first, and then it was her graduation, and then we went out to eat together. I think that's how that went. I'm not if I could not be remembering this properly, but that's how life went. And I don't think I got anything for graduating. I think my brother got a watch for graduating. Maybe I got something, but I really don't remember. I want to get Cove a graduation gift. Graduation may have already come and gone, but Cove wasn't really around then anyway. You'd keep an eye out for something good, though you might have something nice for him at home already. Oh, okay, we're not gonna go buy a gift? Okay. Eventually the mall was explored in full, with every shop of note being checked over. Rather than going home, we decided to walk over to some smaller stores nearby. Liz had many thoughts on that topic. Honestly, malls are not a bastion of society. Even if smaller stores require extra distance, the brands are so much more. Then your sister abruptly stopped speaking and walking right in the middle of the path. It was a good thing no one was behind her. She seemed to entirely shut off for a moment. Liz? The attempt to catch her attention was unsuccessful. Something else had all her focus. Before you could puzzle out what might be happening, she began to mumble out of the corner of her mouth. Ooh, is it an X? Is it an X? Princess? Don't draw any attention, but look. What? With a harsh whisper and subtle jerk of her head, she urged you once more. Look. You followed her gaze as best you could to a large bunch of colorful teens strolling down the same path. Okay. You faced back over to your sister with a confused expression and an unspoken question. What were you supposed to be seeing there? Princess is me. I mean, she's based on me, but like, things happening, that's me. I'm like, what the fuck am I supposed to be looking at? Princess. Doesn't one of them seem familiar? Girl. Why is she blurry? She was practically bouncing at this point, so you looked the group over again, and this time you saw what she was seeing. Is that our little baby boo? Is that Shiloh? Amongst the collection of strangers with brown hair, gray eyes, and lots of freckles. That's Shiloh, our Shiloh, from when we were kids. Yep, that was definitely him. Look at him. Look at him in his little purple newsboy's cap. I can't believe it. He's honestly just there. That's hilarious. That's incredible. Oh, but do we talk to him? We have to pull him away from all those other people, and what if I'm wrong? What if, as your friend, he's more your friend than my friend. You haven't, what was he, like 4 years younger than you? 5? He's still in high school. I don't think you should be talking to him. Your mouth opened to reply, but she cut it off with her own answer to the question. I've got it. I'll shout the name Shiloh, and then we can act like it wasn't us. If he responds to that, we'll know without a doubt it's him. Princess, keep an eye out to see if he looks. Okay, weirdo. Liz, can't you just try talking to him normally? We are not doing that. It's a terrible plan. Why do I have to be the one who watches? We'll try it, fine. You didn't even know how to react. Can't you talk to him normally like a normal person? Likely without even hearing what you have to say, Liz put her plan into action, of course. Shiloh! She loudly projected the word across the way and then put on an act of casualness, turning her head away from the scene while brushing at the skirt of her dress. In a supremely awkward moment, you could only stand there as tension in the area shifted to the two of you thanks to your sister's shout. But of the many startled bystanders who became alert, is that altered? Altered. I've never seen that word. Interesting. One of them was the boy. From a distance, his large eyes met yours. He looked. A wide grin took over Liz's face. She pushed the rim of her sun hat up and away from her face while swishing back around to greet her old friend directly. Shiloh! Waving, she stepped a bit closer to express her intention to meet without really closing the gap. She wanted him to come to her. Who you presumed to be Shiloh looked surprised at the call-out. He stole a quick glance at the group he was with and hesitantly glanced back your way. He was trying to double-check something. Liz remained steadfast with her gaze trained on him, and ultimately he broke away from the rest of them. This is gonna earn him some street cred. He's like, oh, older girls talking to you? That's interesting. That's interesting. He's gonna get, like, not bullied, but, like, jokingly teased about this too, probably. After a light-footed jog across the brick path, the young man pleasantly presented himself in front of Liz and you. I don't know how with voice to give him. Hi, I like your hat. Just a simple greeting at Liz giggling. Hello. I'm not sure if you remember this, but I'm Lizzie and that's Princess. We were all friends when we were little kids. His already wide eyes grew even larger, the gaze darting between you and Liz. His previously chipper demeanor faded into something delicate. I'm really sorry, but I think you have the wrong person. Oh, that's crazy. No, Elizabeth, what are you gonna do? You could tell not being instantly recognized was going to make this exchange more of a challenge. Still, Liz was undeterred. It was a long time ago. You were really young. I get why you feel like that. However, I'm positive I'm right. You're exactly the same. The face, the freckles, how genially you try to phrase, how genially? That's a word. How genially you try to phrase things. You're even still wearing a hat. Instinctively, he looked up at his head with creased brows, not making the connection of why the hat meant something to her. We knew each other, okay? An uneasy smile settled on him as silence followed Liz's speech. He was picking his next words carefully. Ma'am, you are 20? And he's like, what, 16? Chill. Chill. And then the quiet was obliterated by a new voice bursting into the conversation. Shiloh, what are you doing? The rest of the group already left. A field trip is not a vacation. We are on a scheduled field trip. Field trip? Are you at day camp? Hold on, Shiloh. Are you at day camp? Startled, your head snapped towards the path. A distinctly unhappy individual with piercing magenta eyes, dark brown skin, and a sharp jaw stormed your way. Ooh. He carried a cloud of authority with him, despite looking like he wasn't even 18 yet. Sorry. I can't. I didn't mean to ditch. Shiloh, whose name was now officially confirmed, gestured with a hand to add to the explanation of his absence as the stranger watched impatiently. They thought they recognized me as someone they knew, but it was a tiny misunderstanding. No, it's not. Liz theoretically, as well as literally, put her foot down at that, stomping in frustration and getting more childish the longer she was around her childhood companion. This is crazy. We do know you. Shiloh merely shrunk in on himself. The tone he spoke with was pained. Sorry. I can't with that voice. You honestly couldn't tell if he was apologizing for the upset feelings of your sister or the palpable dissatisfaction of his new acquaintance. That in itself was very Shiloh-like. Oh, you know him? Is that it? The stranger spoke in a dismissively scoffing tone. As if the words sounded so absurd to him, it was almost amusing. Almost. But the sternness of his demeanor quickly reinstated itself. I want to see what the stranger looks like. You can't just have him off screen. He's a new character. Tell me who he is. Question mark, question mark, question mark. Well, do you know me? I'll tell you. I'm someone who's been forced against his will to be aware of what's going on in Shiloh's ridiculous personal life for a year. Oh, what is happening here? If the two of you had any importance in his general day-to-day existence, it would have come up by now. Oh my god, who the hell are you? Don't come at me. I didn't want to do this. This is all Elizabeth. Don't bother trying to exaggerate any trivial connection you might have. It's not good enough. He's with us and you'll survive without him. Now stop loitering in the road. It's rude. Oh my gosh. We're the rude ones? The high-strung ranting got an audible gasp from Shiloh, who finally started to speak up again in defense. Nate, that's really mean. It's also true. We're leaving. Fuck you, Nate. Fuck you and your ugly-ass shoes. With that declaration, the unofficial introduced Nate indignantly, spun on his heels, and walked speedily towards where the group went, completely confident that Shiloh would follow behind. Oh, people can sure have bad attitudes, huh? Why can't they just try to get along? It's not hard. Don't worry, though. I bet you won't have to deal with them again. And I'm sorry I can't stay to talk to you, but I hope you have a really nice life. Oh. Bye, Shiloh. Damn, Lizzie. Look at that. Look at that. And that was it. His final parting words given, Shiloh left the two of you behind to catch up with his own life that he had to go live. I did miss Shiloh, but I'm not sure if I miss him anymore. He's being so rude. He's being so rude. Liz watched his exit, stunned, only to frown when it hit her that he was really gone as quickly as he appeared. It happened so fast you hadn't even been able to get a word in. She sighed, all the energy she built up releasing with the breath. You know what? You know what? We should have just went to the stores. We should have never tried to talk to Shiloh. He's probably like, ew, my past, like I am. I could have told him his last name was Fields. His birthday is October 30th. That would have proved it, but no. I'm sorry, Liz. Wow, Shiloh grew up to be dumb. That's so mean. You were left feeling equally deflated. Whoever Nate is, he sucks. Well, damn. You can help but laugh. Well, damn. That's what I'm gonna say. I curse now. You had no other words for what had just unfolded. Do you want to go catch up with him? Liz merely shook her head, pushing off childish, the childish thoughts. I think we can leave it here, thanks. He's in the middle of a high school field trip, and it was already enough being able to see him. That's so fucking wild. When does his high school get out for summer? I can't imagine. High school field trip in the summer? Oh, is this like a senior trip type of thing? Well, he was not a senior yet. He was 2 years younger. It couldn't be a senior trip. Did you guys have a senior trip if you were in public school? I didn't. You know what my senior trip was? The park. All the seniors took a field trip to the park. The year before that, the seniors got to go to like Carowinds. It's an amusement park in I think it's in South Carolina, but it's close enough, I guess. And so that sucks ass because we just got a trip to the park. How come we don't get to go to the amusement parks? That's not fair. Just a regular park with people. But you know, it was chill. It was cool. Me and all my friends listened to One Direction. Then I watched her draw. There's something reassuring about witnessing firsthand that he's still out there, enjoying his own part of the world. Though, if given the chance, I could definitely have a few words with him about the company he's got. You are 20. You are not his mom. You were barely an associate. He does not remember you. Calm down. She laughed, but you could tell there wasn't much humor to it. She was mad at that guy, even if she was happy to let Shiloh go. Maybe they're only with each other because of the trip, and it's not usually how things are. True. We can only hope the same for him as he did for us. Have a nice life, Shiloh. Have a good life. Bye, Shiloh. We'll miss you. Good luck out there. You'll need it. You don't have anything else to say to him. Good luck out there. Liz smiled at you, and it was the self-confidence you knew so well from her. Come on, kid. Let's finish up our own trip. Yeah. No matter how either of you really felt about the occurrence, it was something you simply had to accept. People you know just disappear and reappear in the most unexpected ways. The two of you enjoyed what remained of your outing until it was time to return home. Do you think there's gonna be drama? Like, do you think me and Cove are gonna break up? We're gonna have like our own little break? I hope not. By the time you arrived back, the sun was already beginning to set. You arched your back. Where's Mr. Holden? Where is father-in-law Holden at? You arched your back as you stretched your arms toward the ceiling. While it had been a good day, it was enough activity to cover an entire week. Liz tried to hide a yawn behind her hands. You weren't the only one feeling worn out. What's my bedroom look like now? That's what I want to know. I'll be heading up to your room. The guest room. Since mine is stopped being available as soon as it's out the door. Her tone was light. She'd had quite a lot to say on the subject when you'd first taken over her bigger room after she left for college. But there hadn't been many trips back home for her since then. The room hasn't been hers for years. It was more of a running joke now, but she continued to bring the topic up to this day. So let's see. Hold on. Yeah, because she's 2 years older. So when we were 16, she went to college. Yeah, years. Do we count 2 years as years? I mean, yeah, technically. But years, calm down. Let it go, Liz. I didn't see your name on it. Thank you, Liz. It's a really nice room. Thanks for being so gracious about giving it up. Just wanted to follow my big sister's shoes. I'm sorry, no. Thank you for being so gracious about giving it up. I had no choice. A small smile was shared between you and your older sister. You know what? Liz gives me Hillary Banks vibes from The Fresh Prince of Bel-Air, not the new one, but the original. And I love that for her. A small laugh was shared between you and your older sister. You better believe you'll be back in the guest room when you've got your own place and we're both in town for a visit. Will we? But will we really? But will we really? But will we really? You can take turns, you'll have Thanksgiving, I'll get Christmas. Sure. Don't count on it. I'll start with me. I don't need it. Sure. Your sarcasm won't save you here. I'm taking that as an agreement. She flashed her a familiar grin, and you couldn't help but feel glad she was back around, even if it was temporary. With that, she fluttered off to the spare room. You were ready to do the same. Moving to a new space was your first opportunity to decorate from scratch. Ooh, I get to make my own room. Okay, so you know what this means. Every wall has to be covered in posters. Every wall. Layout blue, green, purple, yellow, no, blue. I'm between blue and purple. But the walls, we'll go with blue. Extras, extra one. Okay, clothing, I guess. Window, left, right. Oh, that's nice. Walls, left, back, right, lights. What's back? I'm filling the back. But if I want lights, I can't have the back. And I did have lights in my room like this. I had it over my closet door because that's where I slept. I slept in my closet like a weirdo. This isn't what I want. Where are my stuffed animals? Where are my babies at? You were really satisfied with the feel of your tiny part of the world. As your thoughts drifted, you tried to bite down on another yawn. It was no good. Your bed was now lodging in your mind, and all you could think about was collapsing on it. You trudged up the stairs to your room. Stepping inside, you closed the door behind you, blocking the rest of the house. When you turned back around, you realized you were not alone there. Oh? Comfortably perched on the windowsill was someone very familiar to you. Again? He stay doing this. Sir, we have a front door. Oh my god. I feel some kind of way about this. Why are you peering at me like this? I'm a little uncomfortable. Cove Holden. The shock knocked all the words out of you. What the hell? Huh? How are you here? I'm shook. I'm shooked. Surprised. His smile. Stop it. I'm flabbergasted. His tone was easy and relaxed. It certainly was a surprise. You hadn't expected him to be within the state, never mind your own room. He hadn't answered how he had suddenly just appeared back in Sunset Bird, though to be fair, you'd been too astonished to actually ask the question. Thankfully, Cove took the hint from your stunned expression and began to explain. Oh, his voice. I don't know if I can get that deep. I can try. I got in about 15 minutes ago. No one was home, so I figured I'd come in the usual way. I sound so silly trying to do a deep voice. The window. He stay coming in the window. A small smile had formed in his face. You were still staring at him, which is very dangerous. To be able to have access to climb into my room like that is dangerous from like a thief standpoint. But like lovers, it's okay, it's cute, but I just gotta lock my doors, that's all. I gotta lock my doors, I gotta lock my windows. We can't keep doing this, Cove. It's very cute, it's very sweet, but scary people are out there. A small smile had formed in his face. You were still staring at him, unable to blink in case he disappeared. You could still barely believe that he was really there, mere feet away from you. Tamara, welcome in. How are you doing? How are you doing, beloved? I thought you were streaming today at 3. I left my bags in your backyard. I hope that's alright. No, it's not. You better put your backpack and all your shit back at your house. Go to your house. That was when you truly understood. Cove had come straight to you upon getting back to town. You were his first port of call, taking precedence above all else. Oh my gosh, that's so cute. That's so cute. Look, I'm kind of shy now. I mean, I was shy before because, like, what the hell are you doing breaking into my house? Even though you hadn't been in when he called, Cove had ensured that he'd see you at the earliest opportunity, rather than allowing his plans to change. You laughed. The realization made you bashful. I don't even remember what I just read. I literally forgot everything I just read. Okay. He left his bags. That was a neutralization. Okay, yeah. Sorry, my mind blinked. I'm gonna run to Cove. Of course, I'm that kind of person. Every second away from him was a moment too long. As you approached, Cove quickly hopped from the windowsill to meet you. Okay, so did he move my shit? Because he has a long body. My windowsill's pretty long too. I feel like he's gonna have to move stuff. He's just gonna be on my windowsill like that. Also, why do I have a pillow on the floor? Why is that pillow there? As you approached, Cove hopped from the windowsill to meet you. I mean, yeah, I know I put it there, but like, why? Why did they choose to have a pillow be in that spot? There's other things you could put there. You're too crazy. I'm so glad you're here. I missed you. Trouble's back in town. I can't believe my eyes it's the most amazing man in the world. You didn't need to say anything. I missed you. You ruffled his hair, you wrapped him in a gentle embrace. You pulled him into a bone-crushing hug. You jumped to his arms. You smiled at him. You kissed him. I'm jumping into his arms. What is he? I don't know how I feel about his face right now. You know what? You know who he looks like? If you guys have seen Scott Pilgrim vs. the World, he looks like Gideon. That's what it is. He looks like Gideon. I was like, something's interesting here. You reached out towards him in motion. Your intentions clear. Cove opened up his stance and preparation. Good. He knows the drill. He knows I'm a jumper. I'm a clobberer. Once close enough, you leaped up into his chest and wrapped your arms around his neck. With a small stumble back, he caught you and held on by tucking his arms over your lower back. Did I say over? Hold on. Let's say over? Yeah, it did. Sometimes I just be making up words. She's putting words where they don't belong. Cove's hold tightened, and he snuggled the side of his head against yours to be even closer. Being held like this was comforting for the both of you. Aww. I missed you too. Hold on, I'm trying to get lower. I missed you too. I can't do it. What voice should I give Cove? Because I know he has a deep voice. I feel it in my soul that he has a deep voice. Even if he hadn't said it outright, you would have gotten the message from his body language. Cove was grinning wildly. Widely. See, I told you. I just be putting words where they're not supposed to be. His raised cheeks burying his eyes, which gleamed like hidden gems. Oh, do they? But he looked at you as if you were the most exciting treasure of all. Oh, I'm a treasure now, am I? How was the trip? Cove's brow creased as he considered your question. Why did he get close? I wasn't expecting him to get close. Cove stepped towards you. He cupped your face with his hands, gently guiding your chin to your chin so your eyes met his. You could feel the beat of your racing pulse against his fingertips. This is so romantic. I hated it. Let's never be apart again, okay? Oh my god. That's so cute. He said that absolutely as a joke, an exaggeration, something that wasn't a real request, of course. And yet, despite all that, it felt real. Of course, I know this exact thing. That's how I talk to Gil. Your heart hammered into your chest. Your head swam, cast adrift on a tide of thoughts and adrenaline. Cove smiled as if offering a silent apology for his sudden onslaught of tenderness, but he let the words probably hang in the air all the same. Cove told you about how his trip back had gone. Soon you'd even recovered enough to actually listen. His mom was doing really well. Oh, good. We stand Kyra. We love Kyra. She had a project in the works that she was thrilled about. As a result, Cove was going to be sticking around Sunset Bird for the time being. Good. Also, though, is she old too? We still haven't seen his dad. We haven't seen if his dad's old yet. It probably is, but it makes me sad. It makes me sad. I don't think he'll be old. Things were settled as much as they ever could be. With Cove back once more, you felt at ease. Oh, it's dark now. Do my parents know you're here? That's what I really want to know. Do they know you're here? Cause how you just gonna put your bags in my backyard and then not know that you're here? Cove stretched his arms over his head, his eyes on the window and the world beyond. The sun had set while you had been busy reuniting. Oh, what kind of reuniting were we doing? I should probably get my stuff and see Dad. Oh yeah, you should go see your dad. He glanced over to you with a familiar, expectant look. You want me to tell you to stay? Want to come with me? Sure. No, but I'll walk you downstairs. Sure, I can go over for a little while. Cool. Go began to head to your bedroom door. You followed after him. He goes, give me that piggyback ride. I'm gonna be so annoying about this. I'm gonna be the most annoying person ever. It was a special occasion. This is a normal thing. This is 100% a normal thing. Of course I'm gonna request piggyback rides. Cove. He paused, turning to face you. I'm not planning on walking there. Oh. Cove shook his head, the smile on his face implying that it was you and your senses he was questioning, not the request. He'd come to expect a ladder, even if he didn't get why it held such appeal for you. Maybe I want to be tall for a little bit, Cove. You ever think of that? You ever think about me wanting to be tall sometime? Okay. He crouched low so you could hop on his back. Cove had many inches on you in height, so getting on his back for rides has been a challenge over the years. It sometimes ended up with one or both of you sprawled over the floor. At this point, he knew exactly how far he needed to bend down. Honestly, same. I asked Gil for piggyback rides. He cannot do them. This understanding and your extensive practice made it relatively easy for you to climb aboard the Cove Express now. Oh, that's what we're calling him? The Cove Express? Okay. I mean, I guess so. Cove straightened up with poise, accustomed to balancing someone over his shoulders. Cove carried you down the stairs. You had to duck down a couple of times, the ceiling grazing against your elevated head. Still, you safely reached the ground floor of your house. The door's gonna be in the way. Get off here so I can open it. Get off? No. He bent down to let you slide safely off his back. Seeing things from your usual height was disorientating after getting accustomed to looking down at everything. Oh my gosh, girl, it's not that serious. And all that experiment of Cove's return, and all the excitement of Cove's return, you hadn't even remembered the gift you prepared for when he got back. Yep. It would be best to give it to him now before he left your house. Can you wait here for a little while? I got something for you. Cove tilted his head, intrigued. Oh. Yeah, apparently I did. I don't know what I got you, but I got you something. You nodded with some eagerness, trying to imagine how he'd react when he actually saw it. You bought Cove something special. The gift you chosen hadn't been something you could buy. Oh. No, I'm gonna give him something special. I'm gonna buy him something. It was a dolphin-shaped balloon, a fruit bouquet, a new fish for his aquarium, a box of strawberry swirl ice cream cups. For graduation? I'm gonna get him a new fish. Let's get him a new fish. You headed back to your room, grateful that Cove hadn't spotted your present before now. The little container that was a temporary home for his new fish was waiting there for you, just as you had left it. Very carefully, you cradled it in your arms to make the journey downstairs. Oh my gosh. Our first child. What are we naming this? Well, technically, we already have a fish that he let me name. But this one's biological. It's not adopted. This is my biological child that I have with Cove. That's how I feel about my stuffed animals. They're either adopted or they're my biological children. You slowly descended the stairs, adjusting your grasp when you reached the ground floor so you could hold onto it before Cove. So you could hold it out before you for Cove to admire. Oh my gosh. Cove gasped, placing a hand over his mouth, and bent down to watch the fish more closely. You could see his expression through the clear container, his eyes wide and adoring. You let Cove take his time admiring the fish in silence. A few moments later, after he'd taken his fill, he looked up at you with a joyful grin. She'll fit in perfectly with my tank. She looks great. Oh, it's a she. Okay. A new daughter. I have a new daughter. Actually, what kind of fish is it? Because some fish can change their sex. He took the container from you, securing the base first and cautiously lifting it from your hands, before resting it beside him on the counter. Hopefully, she doesn't get pregnant. So you don't have like a ton of fish just filling your tank. That I can only assume it's not big enough to hold that many fish. He brushed his fingers lightly against the top of the container, the closest he could get to petting his new companion, then turned back to you. I mean, you could definitely reach your hand in and try petting it that way. That's if you want your hands to be wet. Cove turned to look at the fish. You thought he was just admiring her again, but as the moment stretched out, you wondered if it was something more. Oh no, don't cry. Oh. Though his face was angled away from you, you caught his eyelashes fluttering as if batting away tears. His throat bobbed as he swallowed bubbling emotions. Oh, what's happening? This is making me sad. You knew that Cove could be sentimental. The gift and all the memories and feelings tied up in it seemed to have taken a toll on him. When he began to sniffle, you felt the need to reach out. Cove? I can't. You just... Princess, I don't know what to do. He forcefully scrubbed at his eyes like he was trying to push the tears that threatened to spill back in. It's okay to cry. If you need to cry, it's okay to cry. I know I said don't cry, but if you need to cry, let it out. Don't hold that in. Oh, Cove, it's okay. Do you need to cry? No. Nevertheless, tears had begun to spill down his cheeks. Even as he wiped them away, more took their place. I'm not laughing because he's crying. I'm laughing because he said no and then he's crying. That's me. That's something I would do. Did I read that? Oop, wrong, incorrect. I meant to press log. I'm gonna read it again. Nevertheless, tears had begun to spill down his cheeks. Even as he wiped them away, more took their place. There we go. Thank you. His voice quivered as he spoke. Cope scooped you into a hug. Hey, what about the fish? What about the fish? Where'd you put the fish? Pressing you so tightly against his chest that your breath escaped in a short squeak. He burrowed his face against your neck, his shed tears damp on your skin. You hugged him back. You're welcome. Don't worry about it. You're such a crybaby. You didn't need words. You didn't need words as you quietly accepted his appreciation. You're welcome. Cove let out a steady breath. It was far removed from the shaky gasp that had accompanied his sniffles. The tears had dried. His eyes were a little red, but open and at peace once again. He smiled, fully recovered from the emotion that had overcome him. You're really, seriously too nice to me. He smiled back. I don't think there's a such thing as too nice when it comes to you. We're so cute. Cove brushed his hand against the plate. The plate? Oh my gosh. Cove brushed his hand against the pale ghost of a scar on his arm. You know what it was? Why I read plate instead of pale ghost? I replaced the T in ghost with, and I switched it around and moved the L in pale, and I placed it there. That's what happened. That's what happens when you read fast. I'm reading too fast for my mouth. Cove brushed his hand against the pale ghost of a scar on his arm. He was at a loss for what to do now. The clock ticked away, counting the seconds of silence. Weren't we going to your house? I think that's what we planned on doing. Once you had a chance to settle your thoughts, you figured you'd tell Cove the intriguing news. Oh? I meant to tell you earlier. I saw Shiloh today. Shiloh? He never liked Shiloh. Oh, I remember this. Cove repeated the name, his expression blank. From when we were kids. Cove pondered for a moment, then snapped his fingers. Oh, he was the freckly boy from the first summer, right? The one who moved? I met a guy named Shiloh. He looked just like the Shiloh we knew, plus however many years. But he didn't remember me and just left. I mean, I don't expect him to remember me. Lucy or whatever. What's her name? Elizabeth. Liz. Where did I get Lucy from? Oh, Liz, I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry, girl. Cove frowned. That's, I don't know. Too bad I missed it, though you knew him better than I did. That was definitely true. Not only had Cove known Shiloh for a shorter period of time, but he and Shiloh had never quite gotten along. That's because Cove was a little bitch when we were younger. Not that they were enemies either, just kids who were only ever together because of the other people they both knew. I wonder what Shiloh's up to these days. I don't know, juvie? I don't have any idea. He didn't say much. Oh, well. That was everything you had on the news, that news item. So you moved on to the next big update. Is it the people? Yeah, the neighbors. Also, you know the mean old neighbors? The ones who would always yell at us? He cringed. Recalling those particular memories back in the day was not pleasant, even for someone as nostalgic as him. Yeah. They're not coming. They didn't rent the condo this year. Cove's jaw dropped. You didn't blame him. The elderly couple had been an institution for as far back as you could remember, long predating Cove's arrival. Even now as a teenager, you found your neck prickling as you walked by their condo, half expecting a scolding for breathing the wrong way in the vicinity of their vacation home. Me. Me. It was strange to think of that coming to an end. Wow. Cove blinked, clearly struggling with the idea in the same way you had. I didn't see that coming. People being gone, people coming back. It feels like I've missed a lot. I mean, you've been gone. You've been gone for a little bit, Cove. This has been a busy summer already. Well, you haven't missed the fireflies. They haven't shown up yet. Well, that's something. And we'd better not get left behind. There's still stuff to do. Plenty of stuff to do. You nodded. As soon as you'd left your house, Cove bent down to let you climb back onto his back for the last part of the journey. What about your bags in my backyard? What about the fish that I just gave you? This is not good for the fish. It seemed that no sooner had the sun began, wow. It seemed that no sooner had the night begun that it was already at an end, and the dawn of a new day was soon upon you. I didn't even get to see Cliff. Where's Clifford? Clifford is Cove's dad, not Clifford the big red dog. What if, though? What if Clifford was in this? The next morning, your belly was full of breakfast, and you were in a pleasant mood. You hoped the rest of the day followed suit. Later, you were meeting up with your friends, Cove, Miranda, and Terry, to go into town. Oh shit, we get to meet Terry. We haven't met Terry yet. But Miranda, she was at the birthday parties. It was her birthday. It was all on short notice, but that was because everyone was just so excited that Cove was finally back home. Oh, Mom. Having a nice daydream? You blinked, pushing all your thoughts away and returning to reality. Your mom was watching you with a teasing smile. So, what's on the agenda today? I'm meeting up with some people. Well, I hope you and your friends have fun. Don't get into too much trouble. She winked at you. You knew both of your moms wanted you to enjoy every bit of this summer before all the big changes started. I'll try. But before you go gallivanting around town, could you bring the mail in? I'm finishing up putting the dishes away over here. Alright. Thanks so much. I said very much. You know what? He doesn't look that old. I was expecting something else. I was expecting him to look like my mom's, but no, he looks pretty young. He's still shorter than his dad. That's crazy. I was expecting him to be taller than his dad. Oh well. Oh well, it's okay. Not that I care. As soon as you were outside your front door, you couldn't help but see Cove and his dad standing around in the road. They noticed you too. Why are they in the road? Hey there, princess. Cove smiled lightly and waved. When you began making your way over, he added, hi. You waved at him, you hugged him, you gave him a high five, you gave him a noogie, you ruffled his hair, you kissed him. I'm gonna give him a noogie. Like, I could be sweet and caring and like, oh, my little baby, but no. He's getting a noogie. I'm feeling particularly aggressive today. In a flash, you grabbed the collar of his shirt and pulled him down to your level. Cole smiled until you were done. You laughed. Happy now? Very. You noticed Mr. Holden was taking the scene of you and Cove with a self-satisfied smile. Cove followed your line of sight and shot his dad an unimpressed look. Ooh. For a moment, Mr. Holden seemed like he had a thought dancing on the tip of his tongue, yeah, but he decided to keep it to himself. What are you up to today? As far as I know, nothing too much. Me and Cove are meeting some friends in town later. Sounds like a plan to me. Yawning, Mr. Holden stretched his arms over his head. My boy and I have just been waiting around to see what the new neighbors are like. It was definitely his idea. I don't know how you're not interested in this. It's big news. Besides, it'd be only polite to greet the new folks in town. Maybe it'll be a single dad and his son. You've been here too long if seeing a new person rent a condo is what you consider exciting development. Yes, I'm dying to see the newcomers. Your response was just a shrug. I don't want to meet them. Well, anyone has to be better than new. I'm gonna respond with a shrug. I don't give a fuck. I do not care. They are irrelevant. You weren't concerned either way about it. If I run into them, okay. If I don't, I won't think much of it. Fair enough. Especially with everything happening for you this summer. What's happening? What's happening this summer that everybody knows but me? On the topic of what came after this, you tuned Mr. Holden out momentarily. and looked at Cove. He nodded understandingly. Mr. Holden took one more glance at the currently vacant building and sighed dramatically. When he turned back to you and Cove, his whole body seemed deflated. There's no sign of him. I still need to head over to work soon. Cove gave his dad a few reassuring pats on the back. Okay, I promise to keep an eye out. I can text you if anything happens. Really? Yeah, of course. Well, I mean, only until I have to meet up with Terry and Miranda. Would that still work? With a wide grin breaking out on his face, Mr. Holden looked absolutely thrilled to have his nosiness enabled me. I love being nosy. One thing about me, I'ma be nosy. That works. He moved to firmly place both hands over Cove's shoulders, fixing his child with a firm stare. Son, you are my true ally in this world. Mr. Holden stood up straighter, letting Cove go. He looked reinvigorated. Okay, with that settled, I will make some money. It's always been the one thing I do best, has it? With Mr. Holden headed off, no, not with, I don't know where with came from. Mr. Holden headed off to the garage with a big wave goodbye. Cove smiled the whole time you both watched his dad leave. You really liked Mr. Holden? Mr. Holden was one of your favorite people? Cove's dad was kind of a bother. You had mixed feelings with Mr. Holden. I do. I have mixed feelings on Mr. Holden. There were ups and there were certainly downs. As soon as he was out of sight, Cove sighed lightly. Are you okay? Yeah, just not looking forward to waiting. Guess I'll be hanging around the street a while. Girl, if we don't get out of the middle of the road and sit down on the porch, or on the steps, on the stoop, be a stoop kid. Stoop kid, sitting on his stoop. Good luck, see you later, bye. I'll stick around to see the new neighbor. I can wait with you. Why don't I stay to see the new neighbor and keep you company? I can wait with you. You couldn't abandon Cove there to wither on the road out of boredom. As long as I have my phone, then I'm cool. We're good. Really? Of course. I like keeping you company, remember? He stared at you a moment, smiling softly and thinking about his response. I like that too. Cove put his hands on your shoulders. Oh, why? His thumbs absently moved in a soothing circle. Don't do that. The look in his eyes was much firmer and he was serious. Princess, you're my true ally in this world. It's fucking stupid. I got a fair amount of chuckles from you. He grinned, the stoicism fading into amusement. I knew you'd stay for me. You're lucky to have me, it's no problem. I can't help myself. You laughed, you shook your head, you simply shrugged. You're lucky to have me. Teasingly, Cove raised an eyebrow. You're the most lucky guy in all of Sunset Bird. Luckiest. For a moment, you weren't sure if Cove was laughing at your declaration or that you momentarily forgot the word luckiest. What was the word? Luckiest? Yeah. Luckiest. Whatever. Either way, you didn't mind. Maybe I'm forgetting something. Not forgetting. Maybe I'm not caught up. Maybe my brain didn't process everything correctly. Does that ever happen to you guys? You're reading and your brain just cannot understand what the fuck you're reading? The smile on his face reached his eyes and it made you feel electric. And then he let go of you. Cove stepped over to his front porch steps, lazily taking his seat and leaning back on his arms. Our watch begins. Nodding in agreement, you joined Cove on the front porch steps. You both sat there in a comfortable familiarity as you settled in for the waiting game on the new tenants. The neighborhood was quiet and you sighed contentedly, closing your eyes and feeling the light breeze. What about my park? Where's my park? How's my park doing? Eventually, you both parked up at the sound of the car. A taxi followed the noise, turning onto your street. Cove's eyebrows raised at that sight, and he sat up straight on the stoop. That has to be them, right? Yeah, it's gotta be. Now that they were here, you couldn't help but feel just a bit curious. You wondered what kind of person would be living in the neighborhood for the summer. The taxi pulled to a stop as you expected in front of the now empty condo. What if it's Cove's mom? What if Cove's mom is renting the house next door? That's crazy. She said she had a big project where she could have been lying. It was on the same side of the street as your house, a few buildings further up. Without getting to his feet, Cove tried leaning and tilting his head to get a view of the passenger door as it opened. The single occupant exited the lab. The cab. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. Can I not read? Why am I struggling so much? Huh? You could feel what Cove saw was in that moment. You could feel what Cove was in that moment, okay? Still a weird sentence. After the last renters, this new visitor was definitely not exactly what you'd expected. Oh? Oh? Hello? It was a young man, had to be close to your own age. He was dressed fully in the eclectic black, white, and gray outfit. Even his side swooping hair matched the scheme. He seems interesting. I'm interested. Cove who? The only other pop of color was from something that couldn't easily be fashioned to submission, a pair of dark brown eyes, which you caught when he looked over at his audience. Ooh. Hello, folks. Who might you be? We're the neighbors. They're gonna have the same voice. They're gonna have the same voice, I'm sorry. But this is Jeremy. It's not. The smile already prominent on his face curled further. It was cocky, but you didn't get the impression it was meant something at first. Hallelujah. You and Cove shared a familiar look with one another, bewildered even further. The color-coordinated man left it there, however, and with a firm click, he shut the door of his ride. Then he turned his back to you to retrieve the large, unsurprisingly black suitcase out of the trunk. Continuing on with his own business, he strolled forward and lightly tapped on the driver's side window with his knuckles, asking for them to roll it down. When it opened, he leaned down and rested his arm on the edge. You assumed he was thanking the driver for getting him there, considering he slipped them a tip during the brief chat. They shook hands, and then he pulled himself up and away from the taxi with both arms, giving the driver room to leave. Now, what about his items? What about his things? Did he not get anything out of the taxi trunk, or did I read that already and I'm just stupid? The taxi pulled away, rolling carefully down the road and out of sight around the corner. The new renter had officially arrived. Oh, no, he looks kind of stupid now. He looked cool before. Oh, I'm digging his pants, though. Love me a ripped jean. I have very strong feelings about his shirt, and the very strong feeling is I hate it. I hate his shirt. He left his suitcase on the ground, out of the way of the street, and sauntered over your way with the confidence of someone who had been invited to join. Cove finally stood up to greet this person. You followed suit. Ew. Excellent. I'm Baxter Ward. It's excellent to meet you, neighbors. You were standing on the side he was approaching from. When Baxter got close enough, he offered his hand to you first. You shook it, you offered him a low five, you held your arms open up. You, no, I'll shake it. Baxter gripped your hand firmly to give a satisfying shake. Hi, Baxter, I'm Princess. Hey, Princess, I'm quite keen on getting to know you better this summer. We could be good friends. What about Cove? From your other side, Cove made a sudden sputtering noise. And you are? He lifted his hand out to Cove next. Cove instead, should I do the Kieran voice for him to change it up a bit? We'll see. Cove instead crossed his arms to express his rejection of that idea, still eyeing Baxter carefully. I'm Cove. Baxter's whole demeanor lit up for unknown reasons. His eyes shone as he studied Cove a moment. No, wait. Is that a name or your real name? No, that's what he's getting. That's the voice he's getting. It's just my name. Cove spoke mildly, having given the explanation many times in the past, but it clearly charmed Baxter all the same. He tossed his head to one side with a laugh. Your parents knew exactly what they were doing. I can't imagine a more fitting name for a face I'm seeing. Cove. That's gorgeous. Oh, thank you for the follow, James Morningstar. Thank you. I appreciate it. How are you? Welcome in. If you've been here already, how are you doing? You do not have to chat if you do not want to. I appreciate you lurking. Hello? Hello. Do you want me to call you James, or would you like me to say the whole name? Because I will, and I can. I could call you something else entirely too. Up to you. Your parents knew exactly what... Okay, I read that. Cove, that's gorgeous. It's really not. James is nice. Got it. Welcome in, James. I'm glad to have you here. You having a good day today? Good night? Good morning? I don't know what time it is for you. Is this my first playthrough? Technically. So I played all the way through adolescence on my own. I've not gotten to this part of the game yet, so this is all new to me. So technically it is my first playthrough because I have not done all the game. It's exciting. It's exciting. Ooh, yeah, I'm having fun. I'm having fun. Baxter, he seems weird. I don't know how I feel about Baxter. I have all the DLC for Cove though, because he is the main character. I mean, I'm the main character, but let's be honest. Cove's the main character. No, I agree. It suits you. Hey, only I get to fluster. That's a lot considering you're talking to a stranger, Baxter. You didn't even know what to say. He's taken. Give him a chance. Give Baxter a chance, maybe. That's disappointing, but not surprising, I'm guessing. He's yours. Cove. Oh, let us be jealous together. That's the kind of relationship I want. Princess is my partner. And that's crushing. But makes sense. I got here too late, obviously. Though, really, I didn't mean to intrude on anything you have. What if we have a throuple? I mean, Baxter, you look kind of stupid, but I feel like I'm not opposed to a throuple. As long as I get all the attention, I'm not opposed to it. Give them a chance? I don't know. That's just kind of weird. I'm patently against stepping on anyone's toes. Can we cheat? I'm not saying I want to, but I want to know, is that a choice? Is that a choice? He chuckled to himself. It seemed like there was some extra meaning hidden there in his words, and you noticed that Cole raised an eyebrow, picking up on that too. Baxter didn't even open his eyes to see your faces, to know he had some filling to do. He stood up straighter, striking a slight pose with the position of his feet. Oh, okay, model, power pose, get it. I'm a ballroom dancer, hence the phrasing. Okay. Oh, I don't know much about dancing, but that's pretty cool. It's not hard once you get the basics down. Cove didn't look convinced at all. Baxter took that as a cue to keep talking. Well, he grinned in a way that was rapidly becoming familiar to you. If either of you are ever looking for a partner, I'm available. I'll pass. Get him. Eat him up, Cove. Eat him up. Cove peeked at you, smiling softly. You felt his familiar touch as he squeezed your hand for a moment. There's only one person I'd want to dance with. Sorry. I can accept that. I'll take you up on that offer sometime. I'd rather not. You didn't answer the question. Exactly. Cove is the guy I'd dance with. You know, I'm not going to answer. I'm not going to entertain this conversation. We're done. I checked out. I checked out way earlier. After I said Cove's mine, that's when I checked out. I didn't hear anything else. Baxter nodded understandingly and let the subject go. After that, there was a lull in conversation and Cove attempted to fill it. Why? Why are you trying to fill it? Let's just go. Let's leave. Let's get out of here. What made you decide on Sunset Bird? Yeah, well, my parents rented a condo, so I had a place to stay while I'm off for a semester from college and not living in the dorms. Oh, you're college aged. How old are you? Are you 18, 19, 20? You know who'd be perfect for you? Elizabeth. Let me set you up with her. She'd love you. Are you a vegetarian? There was a playful glint in Baxter's eyes as he continued. Honestly, I'm sorry. I'm sorry, I'm not making fun of the voice acting. I mean, maybe a little bit. Not that the voice acting's bad, it's just, they sound so funny to me. The voice just comes out of nowhere. Ideally, they wanted to send me somewhere that wasn't too exciting, but lucky for me, they picked the wrong street, considering the two of you live here. Oh, he's so spicy. He's so spicy. I don't know how I feel about that. Do I want you to be spicy to me? Baxter then preemptively lifted his hands up in front of his chest, giving the gesture for meaning no harm. It's nice not to be the only one my age around the neighborhood for an entire summer. Nothing more. How old are you? That was a story you had heard before, the same one as when Lonely Cove and his dad moved in all those years ago. Cove wasn't relating still. You could have phrased it like that in the first place. I don't feel the need to keep words of praise to myself, but they're not romantic come-ons. I see that you two are very much a committed pair. I'd like to be friends if we can, but that's all. It's okay. It doesn't bother me. I'd appreciate it if you didn't do that with me. I'm finding it pretty entertaining. You probably annoy a lot of people. I'm not gonna say that. You stood there, unsure of how to react. I find it pretty entertaining. Baxter laughed at that. He seems very interesting. Glad we're working things out. Shifting his weight to the other foot, Baxter tried to move forward. You can just go inside the house now. You don't have to keep this conversation up. So, which condo is yours? How long have you been living together? Oh, no. Cove sputtered again, and unintentionally a laugh escaped you. We're both your neighbors, but we live in different houses with our parents. As if second nature, the two of you pointed to your homes, the buildings directly across the street from each other. Baxter's eyebrows raised at that. Your neighbors who started dating? What a couple of lovebirds. You're the backbone of romantic society. Okay, man. Oh, do tell me more about how you feel about the voice. Is it your voice? Did I offend you? This is your voice. It's not that I hate the voice. I don't hate it. It's just the random voice line, like just a random word just thrown in there, and like I have to repeat it because it just feels so like juxtaposed against it. It's not the right word I'm trying to use. Just like hearing it coming out of nowhere, not being ready for it, it's funny. It's funny, and I have to repeat it. It has to be repeated. Like, I'm not making fun of it. At least 97% of me is not making fun of it. Honestly, I hope you never break up. If you can make it work, there might be a chance for the rest of us. You knew Cole well enough to tell there was a little bit of amusement in his expression, but he sighed in exasperation. After that, you had no doubts about his claims of being complimentary. You were really starting to get a kick out of it. Well, if either of you are free, I'd be thrilled to hang out this summer, but we can save the schedule talk for later. I should get my things inside. You should definitely get your things inside. Oh, well, do you feel that way about the other characters' voice lines? Yes. Yes, I do. Especially Cove's. Especially Cove's. I'm like, where is this coming from? And look, I loved when Shiloh was little. Shiloh sounded so cute, but then we see him like he's not an adult, he's a teenager, but his voice lines came out of nowhere. Like his voice, I was not expecting it. I was not expecting it at all. And I love Elizabeth's voice actor, like through all the stages so far. I love it. I think it's so cute and so nice to listen to. And then mom and mommy, she's not mom to me, she's mommy. She's mommy to me. Their voice lines, I think they come out like nicely. I really think the voice lines are nice. It's just I'm not expecting them. They just happen. They happen. Wow, they happen randomly to me. I'm curious about what the 3% that you're making fun of. It's mostly Shiloh. It's mostly Shiloh's voice line. Like if the voice line sounds like completely out of nowhere, and like it sounds like the sound of it sounds nice to me, I'll just keep repeating it. I'm like, ugh. Don't ignore that noise. Ignore that noise. That was a weird noise. I'm so sorry about that. No, you mean Baxter's? Oh, when I say 3% of making fun of it, I meant like everyone's voices, not just Baxter's. It's just his voice. I wasn't expecting it. What about Baxter's though? I think, what was that one line? He was like excellent. He was like excellent or something like that, and it was funny to me. He gave a small nod of the head and flashed you both a dazzling smile. Goodbye for today. Baxter gives fuckboy, so that's what I'm trying to do. He looks like a fuckboy with his ripped skinny jeans. I see you. With your rings on your fingers. He's fuckboy. All he needs is some earrings and a beanie. Fuckboy right there. Cove simply waved goodbye. Bye, Baxter. See you. Baxter then turned on his heels and strolled back to his suitcase. You know what? We can't do with Baxter. I said I'm not touching another b-boy name. No more b-boys. I'm not dating another b-boy. In real life, we're not doing it with any more B-boys. J names, done, over, can't do it. B names, over, can't do it. Cove, suspicious. Cove is the exception. We're not doing C names either. What other names are we doing? E names, I'll do an A name. But like the first B, C, D, no, maybe D. B, C, E, J, names off the table. I'm not considering them. It used to be I names too, but some things change. Baxter then turned on his heels and strode back to his suit. Baxter then turned his heels and strolled back to his suitcase, picking it up and bringing it to his condo. You and Cove were silent as Baxter unlocked the door and disappeared inside the house. So he's just here by himself? You get it? Making fun, not as in something negative. 3% making fun as in you find it interesting enough to repeat it, not negative. And yeah. Because I think it's amazing this project has voice acting. It's kind of sad that not all of it's voice acted. It'd be fun if all of it was voice acted. But then I wouldn't get the chance to do my little silly voices. And I feel like for you guys, that's a bad thing because you get to hear me doing all these silly voices. But for me, it's a great thing because I like being weird. With him completely out of the scene, Cove let a long breath. I don't know how I'm gonna explain that guy to my dad. What if he tries hitting on your dad? What if Baxter hits on your dad, Cove? He could be your new stepdad. Oh my god, that'd be crazy. You burst into a fit of laughter, trying to imagine the conversation. I really feel like Baxter and Mr. Holden will get along really well. At least the job is done. We saw the new neighbor, and now we can go meet up with Terry and Miranda. Yeah, we should get going. You gave Baxter's condo one last glance over your shoulder. You were looking forward to seeing him more. You thought he was charming. You were not interested in him. You weren't sure how to feel. You thought he gave a pretty bad first impression. You decided he definitely wasn't someone you liked. No. Where is the I'm not interested in him, but he's interesting? Like, where's that I'm interested in him, but I don't look forward to seeing him. Like, if I see him, he's there. These don't feel correct to me. He's interesting. If he shows up, I'll talk. Like that. What's your philosophy behind the not dating the people whose names start with those letters? Oh. Past relationships. You know what? Actually, if I'm counting those past relationships, A names off the table too. D names are definitely off the table. If we're going that far. I just had bad experiences with guys whose names start with those letters, like romantically. So yeah, that's why. That's why. You were looking forward to seeing more of him. You know what? I look forward to seeing this freak. Baxter was different, but you liked him. Smiling, you hoped that he would become a good friend this summer. Turning your attention back to Cove, you pushed all your thoughts with Baxter aside. You both started making your way towards town. You took his hand, you took his arm, you walked. Give me your hand. I'm snatching his hand up, actually. It's mine now. You're mine. You slid your palm into his, and Cove laced his fingers with yours. I told you, I was feeling particularly aggressive today. Now that I no longer have tummy hurt disease, that's a lie. I always have tummy hurt disease. Now that I'm a tummy ache survivor, though, I'm feeling particularly aggressive. Anyway, you're correct. You're the voice actor for Baxter. Oh my god. Well, welcome in. Welcome in. Thank you for being here. Thank you for blessing me with your presence. How did you get into this project? If you don't mind talking about it. I'd love to know. You slid your palm into his, and Cove laced his fingers with yours. His expression instantly became happier, and he lightly squeezed your hand. Aw, we're so cute. Is there Baxter DLC? Because I know there's Derek DLC, but I don't know if there's Baxter DLC. Can we date Baxter? Maybe. Maybe if we're not pursuing Cove. Maybe I'll do a Blackster. Maybe I'll do a Baxter playthrough, and maybe I'll do a Derek one. But those, I think they're like $5 DLCs. My friend retweeted GB Patch casting call. I audition, I got it. There is Baxter DLC. You can in the DLC. Ooh. Love that. Maybe we'll play it. Maybe we'll play it. I think it's like what, $5? I could look. I could look. Do I want to look now? Sure. I'll look now. Beep 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 beep. Get out of here. Get out of here. What am I looking for? Our life. If I could spell, that'd be great. Always steam. Bing, 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 bing. DLC. Voiced expansion. Here we go. Yeah, it's $5. It's $5. Maybe we'll do DLC. We'll do Baxter story. That means I have to do a whole nother playthrough though. You know what? We'll finish this one. We'll get another game. We'll replace this game with something. And then when we're done with that game, then we'll come back to this game for the DLC. As long as you're not gonna find my voice making funnable is the 3% range in a negative way, you might enjoy the DLC. I mean, I don't feel like I wouldn't enjoy the DLC. I've been having fun with the DLC now anyway. I think Derek's really cute. He's adorable. And I think Baxter is very funny. He really gives fuckboy energy. And I love that for me, because I do love me a fuckboy. I do. And that's why I have bad experiences with all those names. I had a type. You slid your palm into his, and Cove laced his fingers with yours. His expression instantly became happier, and he lightly squeezed your hand. But do you do any more voice acting work? Was it your first voice acting job that you got? A little while later, you and Cove reached a main street in town. All of a sudden, you stopped walking. What's wrong? I think I heard my phone. You dug your cell phone out and looked at it with a satisfied grin. There was a new message. Before you could read it, you were distracted by a small, amused noise from Cove. His head was slightly tilted to the side as he carefully looked at your old keychain. I can't believe you still have that. Of course I do. I love it. You shouldn't be surprised. Well, someone was crazy enough to get it for me, so I may as well use it. You shrugged. You quietly blushed at him, pointing it out. Of course I do. I love it, actually. You shouldn't be surprised. Really? Yeah, it was a gift from you. It's important to me. Duh, Cove. I love you, dummy. Cove looked away, blushing. He smiled warmly. Oh, we haven't told each other that we love each other yet, have we? I mean, if this was real life, I definitely would have told Cove, but he doesn't know. He doesn't know my feelings yet. Likely remembering the day he bought it for you. I'm actually glad you like it. That was your first. You do more. Aster and Titan Arms coming up soon. Not out yet. However, you mostly make music independently. Oh shit. Tell me about your music. I want to know more about your music. But let me look up what this is. Titan Arm? Titan Arm? Who's Aster? Is he hot? Titan Arm? Coral Island? I looked it up and it's a plant. It's a plant. Oh, game. Oh, I see. Ooh, Aster is hot. You guys still plug it? James Morningstar on Spotify. You heard that right. You heard that here, guys. James Morningstar on Spotify. No, the visual novel. I see it. I look at it. I see it. I do see it. I do in fact see it now. Full game playthrough and endings. What is this about? Looks up right now. Download. Oh, maybe. I think I've seen this before, kind of. There is no greater agony than bearing an untold story inside of you. Maya Angelou. Okay, girl, go off. After years of being a ghostwriter on the road, you get the opportunity to finally tell your own story. When your plans change unexpectedly, you end up moving into your family's recently bought home while they're away on vacation. Through chance encounters with people from your past, present, and potential future interest, you explore the most pressing story you've ever told, your own. This was created in 10 days. Oh shit, that's what's up. Content warning, spoilers. Mention of at least it's not shown. Pet animal death, eye strain, flashing images, mild gore, blood, violence, night terror, sleep paralysis, descriptions of suffocation, loud and sudden noises, references to insects, maggots. Well, it's nothing too scary for me. Aster the stranger. They, him, any. I see. Sent to the house by your sister to check on her cat. Aster is unlike anyone you've ever met. He's charming and kind, with his mystery behind his connection to you. Maybe the only one that truly matters anymore. Oh. Features. Word count, 20k words, 27k, sorry. 27k words of narrative. Playtime, 30 to 45 minutes per route. Hey, that can be a game. That could be a game that we play on stream. I love me a dating sim. I love me a visual novel. 5 different endings, 3 love interests, mask male presenting, 3 unlockable CGs, original soundtrack, renamable MC, gender neutral MC, bonus art from the dev team, known bugs, none right now. Okay, this is definitely something to look into. I love me a little graphic novel. I'm going to look into this actually. Look into this more like off stream. The voice acted version is coming out later though. It's not out yet. Let me know when it comes out, and we'll definitely look at the game. Okay, I've noted it. I've made it. I've jotted down a note. It is there. But yeah, James Morningstar on Spotify. James Morningstar on Spotify. Sorry about that. Go give him a listen if you like. A listen? Give him a listen. And give him a listen too. I don't know. Maybe that's the actual word. Yeah. But how'd you, like... Your voice acting was just that good, huh? Your first voice acting project? Do you have any other work besides that? Like anything? Is your microphone just that good? You have a good ass microphone? Thanks, you're welcome. No problem. He looked from the keychain to you. His smile reached his eyes. It makes me happy, seeing you care about it and everything. And that makes me happy. Smiling, you're focused on the task at hand. We're getting distracted. Not good as a mic, but good as voice. That's what's up. That's what's up. I kind of want to try voice acting. I don't think I'd be that good, but... Because I can't read. Because I'm illiterate. But it does seem like fun. It does. You opened the new text from Miranda, and all you saw was, I can see you. Oh my gosh, Miranda's me. Miranda's me. Oh, she's so creepy. I love her. Immediately from where you stood, you started swiveling your head around. You couldn't spot Miranda anywhere, but she did send you more messages. You know where she is? She's in the bushes. I know exactly where she is. In the bushes. I saw you holding Cove's hand. Scandalous. Is it scandalous? Where are you? Haha, come on. Really, Randy? Really, Randy? Where are you? Look at my little shark keychain. Oh, he's so cute. I love sharks. Oh. Oh, okay. The message was sent, and you were back to looking around, scanning for any sign of movement and familiar faces. But they were still invisible. Cove looked at you carefully, raising an eyebrow. Miranda, come on out. You sighed at the ridiculousness. You burst into laughter at her antics. You sent her your own joking text. You grabbed onto Cove again, wanting to show Miranda how scandalous you could be. Let's whore it up. Let's whore it up. Holding his hand tighter. Anyway, it's been fun. You gotta go, unfortunately. Have a nice time with the game. Thank you. I will have the best time with the game. Thank you for stopping by. I appreciate it, and thank you for the follow. I hope you have a nice rest of your day. Or whatever time period you're in. Time period? Technically. Anyway, doesn't matter. I hope you have a nice time. Hope to see you around again soon. Once you hooked your arms around his neck, still holding your phone, and brought him even closer to you, he blushed and gave you a look mixed with amusement and confusion. Girl, same. Seriously, princess? What did that message even say? Before you could even begin explaining anything to Cove, you both snapped your attention to the yelling from across the street. Not her hiding behind buildings. And there you saw Miranda and Terry come out from behind the backside wall of the grocery store. They both started waving wildly to draw even more attention to themselves. You know what I just realized? Because Shiloh popped up. He's coming back. He's gonna be in one of these memories. I can already feel it. I can feel it in my soul. I'm gonna have to tell Elizabeth, like, listen, you're your little boyfriend, okay? Oh, With your friend's grand entrance to me, Cove seemed to realize the joke. He smiled with a sigh and you let go of him for a moment, chuckling. Cove took a step in their direction. He grinned and waited for them to get closer. Laughing in arm in arm, the girls stopped, only to look both ways and then rush across the empty street. Oh my god! Miranda! She looks so cute! I love you. I love you, Miranda. We could be siblings. Hi, I hope you weren't waiting too long. Oh. Okay, hey Terry. I was not expecting Terry to look like this. I don't know what I was expecting, but I was not expecting this. Hello, Terry. It's nice to meet you. Best buddy? Best friend? Best acquaintance? What voice do I give her? Hey, buddies. I don't know. I don't know what I'm doing. Hi. Hi, the joke was not funny. I'm amazed. How did you appear out of nowhere like that? Hey, I'm so happy to see you two. I thought you both knew better than the jaywalk. Let me harass them. Even if it was an open road in a small town, it was still illegal. It took matching tones with an apologetic lit. No, it's lilt. I think it's lilt. Yeah. Sorry, princess. Me too. Sorry. You know what? I am against jaywalking, but it's okay. It's okay this time. All right. Though you shouldn't do it again. From this moment forward, we'll use a crosswalk, cross our hearts. Terry then closed the distance between you and Cove and crushed him in a painfully tight hug. I love how all of his friends are women of color, and there's me, a person of color. Terry then closed the distance between her and Cove and crushed him in a painfully tight hug. You're finally here. It's been so long. What took you? He did his best to eck out a reply. I've never seen this word before. Interesting. New word. I'm learning so many new words nowadays. Reply with his chest being compressed. Eventually, she let him go. Terry looked at him with a beaming smile, but Cove was distracted, rubbing his arms. Standing there, Miranda shifted her weight to her other hip. She watched Cove patiently with a bashful smile. Welcome back. Thanks. It finally felt official. Everyone was together in one place. From here, you weren't sure how often you would have another afternoon like this again. They didn't answer. Cove? Terry poked Cove square in his chest. Oop, you gonna fight him? You're gonna have to get me your schedule by this time yesterday. Not really possible, Terry. I can't read. Suddenly I can't read. Not really possible, Terry, but I can say as soon as I know. So far, work hasn't said anything, but I can't tell you I'm busy with orc activities. Orca? When Cove wasn't on his part-time job or pursuing his academic interests, he volunteered for the Ocean Restoration California affiliation, Orca. Oh, so we live in California. Nice to know. The group focused on what part of California, though? It has to be like Lower California, or like middle California to Lower California, because the weather in Upper California is a bit more colder. The group focused on cleaning up beaches and removing pollution from the ocean. Cove always loved the sea. It didn't surprise you one bit when he started getting involved with them. It was Cove's activity. You joined Orca too after learning of it. You were an Orca member and introduced to Cove. It was Cove's activity. I love that for you, Cove. Their big smash event for the year is coming up, right? Isn't it? It's coming right up, isn't it? There we go. There we go. I can read a little bit. Is this a smidgen? Yeah. There's not that much more to do before then, but I'm kind of looking forward to the fundraising push. Oh, are you? Like selling stuff? You nodded, wondering how the event would turn out this year. I know you can do it, and even if it goes really bad, it'll still look good on your college application at least. That's true. Hey, guess what else? We don't have to stand here to say stuff. Let's go. I would like a meal now. I'm so I gave her the same voice as Elizabeth. Oh my gosh. Okay, we gotta work something out. And they can have the same voice as long as they just don't meet. You know. Breaking up, Cove nodded in agreement. Yeah, for sure. The four of them head into the town, happily chatting the whole way. The only decision left to make was where exactly to stop and eat. The rest of the afternoon and evening passed by in a blink of an eye. When night fell, it was time to head home, and you parted ways with Miranda and Terry. You and Cove reached your neighborhood without event. It was late enough that your out-of-the-way street was dark and silent. We were walking tiredly. After such a long day, you strolled with Skip and Chubb. Of course he was giving me a piggyback ride home. That's our thing. It was a long day out and about. You appreciated that you could rely on him to make things more comfortable for you. I love this for us. You tightened your grip on Cove and turned your head ever so slightly, peering at his face out of the corner of your eyes. You wondered why he felt so distant to you. It was out of character. For a while, Cove silently stared ahead and left you alone with your own thoughts. It surprised you when you did hear his voice all of a sudden, but still, he wouldn't look at you. It feels weird coming back to the neighborhood and trying to get into things like they're the same. And they're not. They've changed. They're still changing. Your mouth felt uncomfortably dry all of a sudden. Doesn't it always? It was true. The things that kept the people you knew together were starting to disappear. Each person had to make their own priorities and their own path now that it wasn't set for them. You thought about your own immediate future. If you had to choose in this very moment, you wanted to go to school full-time, to go to school part-time, to work full-time, to work part-time, to focus on time that's not school or work. That sounds like me. That's a me answer. And the basics of what? And the basics? And that was the basics? Oh, okay. I still don't know what I want to do in my life. For yourself, you wanted to work on self-improvement of your own, take some time to just relax, try to figure out what you truly want. I feel like all of these are true. And that was all. And for that, you wanted to stay local, go to a different part of the state, go out of state, go abroad, travel around to different places. I don't know, do I want to go abroad? I thought about it. Maybe go abroad. It'd all be happening so soon. Do I have the money to go abroad? It's the real question. You start to prepare for what was coming. You hadn't begun to do anything about that yet. And you'd been open about your situation to everyone knew, and you'd only spoken about this with family and those who were close to, like Cove. You kept all this to yourself, and Cove was the only person who knew. I'm keeping all this to myself. Now you wonder what Cove had in mind. You heard him consider some things for his future, but it was never anything that would have counted as a real plan. Cove stood in the middle of the street. He sighed and put you down. You were both outside of your houses. Cove looked at the ground for a moment. His mouth trembled, trying to settle on the right words to say. We're gonna have to talk about it. The future. He was right. It wasn't something the two of you could keep avoiding. You did your best to articulate what he could expect to see, and he listened quietly. Cove closed his eyes and nodded while he composed his thoughts. You know what would be a great place to go right now, Cove? The park. Let's go to my little park. He looked at you when he lifted his head. I miss our park. I decided on something. Well, kind of. He smiled slightly and rubbed his arm, and then his expression grew more serious. I'm not gonna decide on a school or a career. Not this summer. I'm gonna stay here, at least in Sunset Bird. I'll probably move out of my dad's place. Oh? I'll keep working my job, keep doing my volunteer stuff, and everything else. Maybe I'll know what I want for myself by fall. What is this? Instagram, leave me alone. Or next year. And maybe I'll never have a plan. Life will continue on with whatever's happening is happening. I'm not gonna crush myself trying to have everything figured out by a timeline that someone else has set. I just can't do it. His brow furrowed and his tone was tense. It was clear how much expectations were weighing on him. I know it's not very exciting, but it's the best I can do right now. He laughed derisively, But with the way his face looked, you thought he actually wanted to cry. Aw, you're gonna cry again. You smiled, you looked at him deeply, you started crying. You felt, I'm gonna start crying. I'm a crier. Your plan sounds very you. I'll miss you. I wanted you to come with me. Okay. You couldn't say anything. He's just gonna wonder why I'm crying. Your throat felt almost as tight as your chest. The tears were coming faster now, obscuring your vision. His face crumbled, and your original assumption was proven correct as tears easily began to fall from his eyes. His chest heaved and his words were whispered. I'm sorry. No matter what's happening, I want to know that you won't ever lose me. I won't really be gone. I'll still be there for you the best I can, whether it's long distance or whatever else. Cole's whole expression softened. His lips pulled into an affectionate smile. Princess, you deserve to have everything you want in life. Oh, thank you. You laughed at his bold declaration. Thank you, Cove. I wish you get everything you want in life. You didn't know how to respond to that. You continued crying. You're the only thing I want. Oh, you deserve to get everything you want in life. That flew out of your mouth immediately, but you meant every word. His mouth pulled into a delicate grin. Looking at you fondly, Cove took a step closer. He then brought a hand to your face, cupping your cheek. Dotingly, his thumb lightly brushed your skin. A shiver shot. I was about to say shat. A shiver shot down your spine. A shiver shot down your spine. Oh my gosh. He spoke to you softly. Wholeheartedly, he meant every word. Things are hard right now. It scares me, but it'll be okay. It'll be more than okay. Now things are up to us. We can make our lives better than they ever were. You believed him. You appreciated his attempt to put on a brave face. You still felt unsure. You felt better after his reassurance. I'm gonna feel better. I'm gonna think, okay, I'm reassured, but he's gonna have to keep reassuring me because my self-confidence, I can't do it myself. Whether Cove realized it or not, he said exactly what you needed to hear. He was right, and you almost felt excited, wanting to know what kind of future was waiting for you a few years from now. Finally, your eyes stopped, overflowing with tears, and you could meet Cove's gaze clearly. You nodded. At that, his expression morphed into a look of careful confidence. Clearly, he was still struggling with this topic, and you wondered what else might be on his mind. This was a start, I think, but it's over now, is it? We'll have to keep talking about it going forward. We will have to keep talking about it. Yeah. Cove softly reiterated his promise. It'll all be okay. We'll still always be there for each other. Is that good with you? It is. Cool. That's cool. I'll see you tomorrow, princess. I'll see you. Night. He pulled you into an unexpected hug. It knocked the breath out of you, yet couldn't have been a more reassuring feeling. You returned his embrace and stayed that way for as long as you could. In the middle of the street. Are we hugging in the middle of the street? Night. He finally let go, giving you another smile. Then Cove started walking away, but you remained there, frozen in the middle of the street. You watched him and wondered, how many more times will he be able to say that he'll see you tomorrow? You hoped for countless more times. Finally, you turned towards your own house. You vowed to yourself that you would make the most out of every moment you had this summer. Ooh, look at this DLC. Beautiful DLC. But instead of starting the DLC, we're gonna end stream. I've been here 2 hours. I got things to do, unfortunately. So, let me get the end stream. Next time, we will definitely play more of this. But tomorrow I'm not streaming. Actually, hold on, let me shut up first. Let me shut up. And go to end stream. Let me shut up and go to end stream. Now I can talk about what's happening tomorrow. Tomorrow, I won't be streaming. I have things that I plan on doing. I have a doctor's appointment tomorrow as well. But Thursday I will be back at 11 a.m. Hopefully I'm not dying again. But we'll be back with more Animal Crossing, and we're playing Death Bulge Battle of the Bands on Thursday as well. So I hope to see you guys there. I really do hope to see you guys there. It's been fun. It's been a great time. You know who we're Dad, not now. I swear, my dad always calls me at the worst times. We're gonna raid Lune. Lune is streaming right now. They are doing art. So let me get the raid out, the raid message. If you could ever so lovely copy and paste this raid message into Lune's chat when you get over there, I very much appreciate it. We're gonna raid Lune. Why are they not here? There we go. That does not make a single sense that I have to search for them. Okay. Lune is streaming art. They go by they, them pronouns or he, him pronouns. Just letting you guys know that. So yeah, Lune's doing art. Let's go look at their art. I'm starting right now. Before we go, I want to thank you guys so much for being here. Thank you for lurking. Thank you for chatting. Thank you for the follows. I really appreciate it. It's been fun. I'm having fun. But we gotta go. And with that, I hope you have a nice rest of your day, week, month, year, and life. And I hope to see you in the next stream. Bye. Actually, wait, hold on. I have a new YouTube video out tomorrow at 3 p.m. Watch it. Okay, now bye.